get to the Frozen Four. They have done exactly that in front of their home crowd, and we are ready to rock and roll in semifinal number 2 here at Pegula. Caroline Harvey will flip it down into the Penn State ends. Janecke, the AHA Rookie of the Year, will play it on out. Stonehouse tracking after it. She's got 13 goals on the season. Tried to put it behind McNaughton. That Penn State student section, always rowdy, a part of the whiteout crowd here at Pegula tonight. The atmosphere is jumping, and everyone's juiced up for this second semifinal.
Yeah, great energy in here right now. That whole section behind Ava McNaughton, the Penn State student section, dressed in white and loud.
Here comes Caroline Harvey, a wrist shot. Handled by Tessa, and we will say hello to Matt.
I think for Wisconsin.
Fantine able to win the draw. Back to Stecker at the line. Butsky, the back-to-back AHA Defensive Player of the Year, over to Roberts. Downstairs! Score! Penn State strikes first!
Wow, I felt that celebration in my body. This whole place erupted. What a goal. What a start for Penn State. It's a big one.
Wisconsin has 33 wins on the season. 2 of their 4 losses have come when the opponent has scored first. Venucio down the wall. She'll play it around. Penn State trying to break out here. Couldn't do so. The strip and a shot held onto by Tessa.
With that name. Come on.
There it is. He's one of the best, in my opinion.
He's a player's coach for sure. Players love playing for him. He's creative. He's
Edwards to the backhand. Scores! Beautiful move.
and Layla Edwards is one of them.
And the patience with the puck there. To step around the goalie, hold on to it, hold on to it. That's a beautiful goal.
Layla Edwards, if people remember, she's been a forward here. She led the nation scoring a couple years ago, but she played defense for Team USA. Shifty on her skates, but I like that play by Fantine to just take her body, not look at the puck. She's got, now there's a leg kick continuing on a little bit. Keep an eye on Fantine and Harvey.
Fantine gave her a little elbow back. Here's Janecke back on the ice for Penn State, who scored the opening goal. A little over 2 minutes in, if you tuned in late. Been a lot of fun action so far. Up and down, Stonehouse has 4 goals in her last 5. Out there with Roberts, 22, and the blue and the white for Penn State. It was also very key offensively for them. Fantine, a little pirouette at the point. Down low for Stonehouse, 13 goals total on the season. Layla Edwards tried to break her way through. This play is offside.
Shot after the whistle there. Penn State's not going to like that. Penn State's going to have to do to keep this game, keep them engaged, and sort of throw Wisconsin off of their rhythm.
Madison, you impressed with Penn State's speed down there?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just gonna say to AJ's point, there's no love lost down here right now between every face-off, every passing to the bench, that they're slapping each other, slashing each other, chirping. So these ladies are into it.
Absolutely what you love to see and hear down there in this semifinal. Penn State on the home ice in their first ever Frozen Four. And they couldn't ask for a better see behind the net of Ava McNaughton there. Up 2-1 now, and the 2 power play goals. A little friendly fire there as Fantine accidentally ran right into Janecke. Now they'll head back into their own end. Wisconsin gets a change in. Electric start to game number 2 of our 2 semifinals here. Room through center ice and a clean entry for Stonehouse, who just scored that goal. She went skate to stick there, then put it on McNaughton.
Play goals like that, Penn State's got to keep challenging her.
On the opposite side, you have Katie Tessa, who's now back-to-back AHA goaltender of the year. So you're giving her a 1-goal lead to work with. And Penn State fans more than enjoying how this has begun with their all-star goalie between the pipes on this end of the ice as Roberts made a nice play. Now she'll flip it out. Janecke on the move. Doesn't need a lot of space. And it's stripped off her stick there. Looking right into the eyes of her Olympic teammate Caroline Harvey. Fun when those two are out on the ice at the same time. Harvey paired up with Jungles, a pairing that's been together for 3+ years.
And the whole defensive core for Mark Johnson is the exact same defense he had last year in their championship run.
And Such a talented decor. That pass picked off by Potter. Roaming in all by her lonesome as Pekenhagen is the trailer. Nice move, sharp angle shot, and Tessa able to hold on. Basically feels like they're trying to take away from Wisconsin right now, which is so much easier said than done.
Yeah, that's a really tall task, but they do seem to be just getting them a little bit off balance, and that's all that needs to happen right now is get them out of their rhythm.
And they're taking care of the puck.
Speaking of taking care of the puck, strong on it is Roberts to the corner, one of the leaders in the locker room for Penn State. Oh, a centering pass. Stonehouse put it out in front. Intentions that time for Janecke, who's out on the ice right now with Roberts. That top line. Great effort from Roberts there. How about that? Wisconsin bench wants a call. They don't get one. Penn State goes back to work. In behind the goal, emerging out is Janecke, who's got 1 of the 2 goals today for Penn State. Tight area work in the corner goes in favor of the Nittany Lions again, making a change while they're in the O zone. Here's Roberts, cross seam, couldn't quite get it through. Sprawling effort from Potter to keep it from getting over to Stonehouse.
Good zone possession.
Back and forth.
See a little line change here too. We got Tessa Janecke going out with 2 different wingers. They're going to get number 15 out as much as possible for Penn State.
Her first Frozen Four game. They actually bid to host the Frozen Four. They put in the bid during Janecke's freshman year, and now fast forward in her first Frozen Four game here in State College, she scored the opening goal, and here she is making nice moves across the line to her backhand against Harvey. Put it in on McNaughton, who will cover up. Edwards, the lone goal scorer right now for Wisconsin. That beautiful move to her backhand out in front, just so patient. Buck got past Shapovalov to Kirsten Sims. Now Edwards, they go tic-tac-toe. Shapovalov out there. Sims, nice backhand play. Tapped out, they have to retreat again. Sims, of course, had the instant classic game-winning overtime goal in the national championship last year against Ohio State. Potter, beautiful move. Couldn't quite put that past Tessa. 46 seconds left in the period. Couple of good shifts for Wisconsin. They come flooding back in again. And right a shot. Tessa pops down to the rebound. 36.2 left in this period as Wisconsin starts to get something rolling here on these last couple of shifts.
And Penn State's for sure getting a penalty on this one. There might be more than that, but Penn State for sure is going to sit. There's a hit here at the back, but here, nice 2-on-1. Doesn't pass it over, gets a good shot.
Yeah, Tessa really, she did a good job finally corralling the rebound, but gave a little bobble.
2 minutes for getting up to the win.
And the penalty came on the backside of the play. Again, just an unnecessary penalty, especially with 36
for
seconds.
Penn State, and I mean, Wisconsin has got a frightening power play. They have so much skill.
Looking at a ridiculous 34.7%, first in the nation. Here's Harvey over to Sims. So many toys to work with on this power play. Here is Sims' shot, blocked out in front, hit clear by Outwater. This power play, of course, going to bleed over into the second period.
If you watch Sims, she's the distributor. She sets so much up, and it's Edwards who's the trigger. Obviously, Harvey can do it all. So, but that's who you're looking at.
Big face-off coming up between Janecke and Eden. Big face-off win by Janecke to try to get Penn State at least to the locker room, but still have some time left on this power play that will bleed over into period 2, and it is a 2-1. Ice will open up, and a lot of talented skaters out there. Speaking of talented skaters, Tessa Janecke will take the puck at the game's opening goal on the power play. She'll curl it over the Wisconsin line, leaves it off. Got the return feed on the give and go. That time from Danica Maynard, the freshman and AHA Rookie of the Year. Over the line cleanly is Cassie Hall. She'll pull up and fire. Rebound spills out on this fresh ice surface. Over to the wall. Opens up for Outwater. 24 goals in the season herself. Jungles and Janecke in a foot race to the corner. This period picking up right where we left off in the opening period. Up and down. Caroline Harvey was frustrated in that opening. And they've already scored twice in the power play. Janecke at the first one. Stretches out. 19 seconds left in the Penn State power play. Howard will play it out, a player who returned to the lineup late in the season for Wisconsin. We're on the brink of being back to 5-on-5. Interesting to watch this Wisconsin team just not have a ton of time and space to work with, because they seemingly always at least make it look like they do. Without season in program history for Penn State.
And this senior class is going to go down in history for them. I mean, everything they've won has been with this class leading the way.
Speaking of that class, it's led by Tessa Janecke. She's in the corner there, plays it up to Roberts. Looking for Lacey. Eden got through. Eden with a step to her backhand, poked away by Tessa. Eden recovers, gets it back, a wrist shot. Another save made by Tessa. Battle for it, spills out to Jungles, who fires, held on to again. And the crowd
enough, doesn't take a penalty, but just gets her stick in there and puts Lacey Eden off balance. And of course, Tessa is there to poke it away.
Stonehouse goes across the rink for Janecke. Dangerous duo on the ice right now with Roberts. Tulak and Butsky back there in the defensive pairing, those two.
Production, it's the way that she plays along the wall, the way she sets people up. She really does play the right way.
Patty Cass finalist along with Caroline Harvey and Abby Murphy. Here is Layla Edwards. Oh, a big collision over the middle there. Ran right into Caitlin Roberts. Roberts still doesn't have her stick. Now she'll go and try to pick up her twig, but looks a little shaken up. She re-corrals it, and meanwhile it's Stonehouse over the line to Janecke. Roberts hops off over to the bench. Edwards still out there, leaves it off. Gorbatenko on the move, fresh off the hat trick. Talked to her yesterday, her smile is just beaming the entire time. Taking it off the wall, neatly was hauled, and she goes tumbling down into the corner. Morrow, freshman on defense for Penn State, will play it all the way down, and Jungles team has the answer in the form of a potential game-tying goal. Penn State unblemished, by the way, this season when leading after the first period. Edwards will feed it over to Sims, now up to Harvey, back to Edwards, side of the net. Shapovalov hanging out down low, they get it to her, looking for Eden, instead defers over to Sims, now Harvey. Harvey waltzes in, Rister might have been looking for a tip in front, clear.
They had, there's so many different looks and angles, so depending on what he or she was looking at, to give Jeff Campersall the suggestion to challenge, but regardless, 2-2 game here on Layla Edwards' second of the night.
And I think some of that, AJ, just in overhearing what was going on down here, is a discrepancy in understanding of the rule.
That might be what Jax was talking about, that it used to be on the ice.
Janecke in with Stonehouse, and a save made by McNaughton. And a fast up and down game. You saw Penn State speed there, which has been apparent throughout the entirety of now 1.5 periods in. So track Ava Murphy back. Penn State time to get a change.
Did a lot for teammates with Layla Edwards, KK Harvey, Kristen Sims, and Ava McNaughton.
It was so cool hearing the players talk about their experience, and Tessa Janecke's out there right now as well, another one of their teammates. On the Penn State side today, though, and Layla
on their podcast, or on Kylie's podcast, rather, and they're from the Kelsey brothers are from Cleveland Heights, so they had a whole GoFundMe to help get the Edwards family over to Milan. So it's an amazing story with Layla, and then her sister Shayla actually played here. They won a title together too, with Wisconsin together.
It's beyond cool. All the storylines flooding through this Frozen Four. Under 9 to go in the second period of what is now a tie game. It was Penn State that scored first, lit this crowd into a frenzy. Wisconsin answered.
Very talented teams. More ice for more skill.
Not gonna lie, I smile a little bit when we get 4-on-4 in a matchup like this.
Yeah, I agree.
It is fun. Speaking of fun, Janecke fires off the stick of Potter on a play.
I agree. When you have this skill out in the ice, this speed, you just have more ice, more things can happen. Listen, that's been going on both ways. The refs aren't calling that. That's just the gamesmanship after. Both teams are doing that.
Second time we've been 4-on-4 today.
What about somebody made for 4-on-4, KK Harvey?
Absolutely, like a video game out there with her at 4-on-4. Here she comes, right on cue. Has Hall to her left. Off the stick that time of Janecke, her Olympic teammate. Now Janecke will play it out. Outwater on the move. 24 goals this season. Here comes Outwater, trying to get a shot off. Back defensive.
Puck in a dangerous area.
She's been fantastic since the Olympics. Mark Johnson said really gained confidence playing for Czechia. That's her 5th goal in the last 5 games.
I love that play, too. I think the wraparound is one of the most underrated and underutilized plays in hockey.
She's one of those like speedy, creative forwards you watch and you add a little confidence, as Mark Johnson said, coming back off of a run with Czechia in Milan, and that's a pretty good combination for production.
Yeah, and he said the most exciting thing about her is she's gotten better and continues to get better, right?
Does she fit right in with this system? As Penn State rolls through center with Janecke. Nice move to her backhand. McCarthy lead feed for Eden. Speaking of crafty and creative. So then the Lions now needing to answer for the first time down a goal. Sticked aside by Tessa, one of the best goaltenders in the country. But facing a flurry right now, the speed of Hall. Hall waits and fires. Great save by Tessa, really came out to the top of her crease that time. Janecke put a shoulder into Eden. That allows for Stonehouse to break out.
Big face-off win there for Wisconsin.
Picard is one of the best in the dot for them. Won that draw. Butsky, who QBs this power play, will leave it off here. Janecke on the move through center ice. Scored the opening goal of the game on the power play. Penn State with 2 power play goals today. Rarely to see 2 power play goals against Wisconsin this year. That was sent back to a vacant point, so to track Butsky back. Wisconsin, conversely, with the #1 penalty kill in the nation, but a little shaky today. 13 seconds left in the second period. Cross ice feed, Janecke. Their leader in goals, leader in points. Here's Robertson. Couldn't quite get that through. Spills back out. Janecke with 1 second left. And that'll do it for period.
Where he had to shuffle some things. He said it was basically a team within a team for that month.
Now this Penn State power play goes back to work. There was a bad spot on the ice. They cleaned it up. A little too much water. So Janecke curls back in over the line. Under minutes ago now on the Penn State power play. Up the line, held in there nicely by Butsy. Along the wall, Eden will backhand it out and down. Eden produces so much for this Wisconsin team. Maybe one of the things that goes under the radar is she's also a penalty killer for them. Here comes Roberts up the wing. Past Enright. That was taken down, and another penalty coming up. Murphy.
With this draw, you got some time, and it's a big-time draw for Wisconsin, too.
They win it. Butsy strolling with plenty of room to pass and shoot through. Butsy gets it back from Stecker. Now go down low here. Roberts has a great shot. Butsy fires off a stick in front. Into the corner. Stecker with it. Has Harvey over her shoulder. 9 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Then they'll go to 5-on-4. Flank pitch and catch in the corner. Janecke, Urister off the body. Eden clear.
Janecke trying to go with a little deception. Everyone was expecting a pass. She thought she might take him by surprise. That's a great block.
It's now 1:20 left on the 5-on-4 for Penn State. Down the goal. And they tied in front of the home crowd.
Big collision there, too, with Sims.
That's it. Wisconsin loves to elongate the ice, right? They stretch out that neutral zone. They've got great vision, especially when you've got the defenders that they have, especially with KK Harvey.
Roberts stripped it free. She drew a penalty last time she had it along that wall. Now here's Edwards. 2 goals today. Lead feed, Shapovalov had the beautiful wraparound goal. She'll pull up in the corner. freshman from Czechia. And Janecke trying to muscle it out to center. She does.
These ladies got to clean it up.
Stretch pass. Eden fires. Held on to.
Well, when you've got a goaltender like Ava McNaughton, she is a safety net when things
National
start.
championship game.
Do we think she's still wearing her shoes?
Well, she takes them off on the bench. I can see her taking them off post-game. But you win, I don't know. Maybe you just keep them on until Sunday. Madison, when it came to what Coach Johnson wasn't happy about, how would you describe what you were seeing down there in those couple of sequences where Penn State produced some nice chances?
Yeah, they had lots of opportunity. Wisconsin just wasn't picking up set players coming to the net, and I think Coach Johnson, like he said before, they just don't panic, stay disciplined. Those are just lazy plays into your net. You got to help out your goaltender too.
Degenhagen hops off the ice. Great shift for her. Janecke. They tried to catch him on that change. Janecke moves in. Sharp ankle shot. Easier save for McNaughton this time. Stonehouse swings it back in. Janecke couldn't beat Jungles to the puck.
Good job by Jungles. Little shoulder check. She saw Janecke coming. Here in the third period, seals off the post and doesn't give her any daylight.
A race for the puck. Gorbatenko with some good hustle. Gets to it. Sends it up to the line. Long shot from there. Sizzles high. Springs back out to Harvey. Able to beat Roberts there. How can Roberts get past this pressure? She does. Able to poke it out. Harvey, nice pass. Tucked it around for Eden, who tried to loop her way. Then around Maynard. She goes spiraling down. Room to roam for Janecke. Over the Wisconsin line. Sticked aside by McNaughton. Took an odd carom over the net of McNaughton at one point there.
I thought it hit the netting up there, but it didn't.
It was Hall who got sealed off along the boards, looking for a stick as she emerges up. Now Outwater takes a tumble. Laura will have to look around the net, up to Christian. Christian had the assist on the earlier Penn State goal that was scored by Smith. Now back over the line, Sims between the skates of Stecker with under 8 to go for Penn State, trailing by a goal. They've had a flurry of chances in this third period, but McNaughton has been spectacular. They have a few more left in them down the stretch. Enright, clean entry. Enright with 8 goals this season, fires it in on.
State College is a little bit challenging to get to once you're here. It's a great college town, great arena here, Pagula Ice Arena. So he said, you know what, I wanted when this class that I have coming in next year, this was in 2022.
Now Gorbatenko in her backhand, centering pass. Went underneath the stick of Harvey. Oh, a breakaway opportunity. It's Janecke in on the load. Janecke scores! Tie game!
Who else but Tessa Janecke? She opened the scoring in the first period, and here she is, and find that seam just inside the post. What a goal by Tessa Janecke.
Wow, absolute chills. Here comes Janecke again. On her backhand, a shot on McNaughton. Has to make a save. Oh, it's spilled through. Look out, another shot goes high. On their feet right now.
This crowd is loud right now.
Women's Frozen Four record, 5,000 fans. Here's Janecke again. They're all on their feet for Janecke. Drops it off. A shot that's blocked by a back-checking Jungles.
They lose their stick in the process, but still gets the pass off.
They kind of took a page out of the playbook of Wisconsin on that goal. And now
That's a long stretch pass. You're absolutely right. I don't think it was intended. It was on the
off the ice. Penn State gets the line change. Time and space for Wisconsin to exit. Potter eludes Janecke. Now Now sidesteps Stonehouse, but lost an edge as she went to the boards.
It was a good play, though. Stonehouse, just enough body pressure there to get her off balance.
Roberts pulls up, centering pass. Oh, a shot that was blocked.
Another good block shot there by Wisconsin.
That stunk Jungles a bit. Here come the Nittany Lions again. Pass over, and now a shot. Couldn't get through. Butsy calling for it, gets it back. Butsy will fire off a body again, hard with the block shot that time. Good feed by Janecke. Stonehouse was potentially awaiting a feed there from Roberts. She'll get over to it in the corner. 2:18 to go. Penn State getting fresh bodies on the ice with the puck in the offensive zone. Pried off the wall by Harvey, though.
And here comes Harvey down the middle. Oh, trying to join the rush. 2016 didn't get the call she wanted, and then had to circle back and really put the team that was left here in Wisconsin on her back. And Mark Johnson really couldn't say enough good things about her.
Turnover. Edwards, centering pass, Sims, denied by Tessa. Sims, who scored the game winner, the title a season ago, nearly had another winner there. Edwards tried to curl around Stecker, could not. Inside of the final minutes to go in regulation. Shapovalov couldn't handle that puck in the slot. Curling around is Janecke, who scored the game-tying goal to get us to 3-3. And it looks like Tessa has an issue right now.
Tessa, yeah, something's going on. Thought it might be an equipment, but looks like it's more of a leg situation.
35 seconds to go. Roberts into the offensive zone. Leads it off. A shot and a save by McNaughton. Is the rebound still available? It is. Side of the net. Now they cover Penn State. Huge face-off here. Janecke has it. Lost it. Available. Poked out.
What a nifty skip there by Janecke. That would have been an odd man rush for Wisconsin.
Inside of the final 20 seconds of regulation. Up the wall, Cassie Hall. Stood up there by Butsy. Back-to-back AHA Defender of the Year. And for good reason. 2 seconds for Roberts. Off the leg of Potter to overtime we go.
The third period, and top line for Penn State will start this game. Start this overtime, rather. New game.
Janecke, who had the game-tying goal with under 5 minutes to go on the breakaway.
Hero, the game-tying goal with 18.9 seconds left on a penalty shot, and then she gets the overtime winner.
There is Harvey. She'll peel back over to Jungles, her D partner. Now below the goal line for Enright, and back up to Jungles. Long shot, looking for the tip. Oh my gosh! That was inches away from winning this game. Beautiful deflection from Eden right on the doorstep. Now Eden takes a hit along the wall from Butsy, and Eden's slow to get up.